Hey, you guys. So this week's technique, I guess, that I am releasing on my Instagram and that you'll see in this video as well, if you haven't already watched it, is a pigeon stretch designed to stretch the front of one leg while contracting the back of that same leg and then stretching the back of the front hip. So we're working on a few different components here, which means that there's a lot of gray area to explore, and we're still on this topic of gray area, like the capacity at which you can be in a posture and recognizing the spaces in between, being fully in it and fully out of it, just so that you're actually educating yourself on your body. You're not just reaching a goal and letting it go. One thing that I really like about this movement is that for many people who have tight hamstrings, you'll see what I'm talking about when you watch the video or if you've watched it. When you're bending the back knee, you're contracting the hamstring to make that happen. And when you're contracting the hamstring, you're allowing a better stretch for the front of the right thigh. Now, because most people have tight hamstrings already, when they contract that hamstring, it might have a tendency to cramp. It might have a tendency to cramp. On one leg or on both, or maybe neither. Anyways, you'll see. But if it cramps, for the love of everything holy, do not go into panic mode and fly out of the position, right? If it cramps, you just stay with the breath. You just stop the reaction of panic and you refocus back in on the movement and the breathing. The cramp is not going to last forever, and it's just a sign that you're using too much muscular energy with a muscle that's already too tight, or overworked. So instead, the next repetition that you do, you'll just go a little bit slower, reaching the threshold before you cramp, and then release. Now, I'm actually not going to get into that next point, but if it cramps, again, do not panic. You're training, not only are you training like the muscles and working the stretches and working the engagements of things, but you're training your body to be responsive. You're training your brain to be responsive to your body, and then your body to be responsive to your brain. And if something cramps, it's a cramp. It's not the end of the world. If something cramps and you quickly fly out of it, you're just like cementing in that that's an okay reaction to have. And it would if your bone was going to break. It would be if your bone was going to break or if a muscle was going to tear, but it's a cramp. It's not the end of the world. So I want you to work with that idea a little bit and remember that concept and notice how much you feel things engaging as you move, right? Explore that gray area of bending that back knee and releasing the foot back down and how it affects the rest of your body. And you're working the chest as well. So link the body as a whole. So it's going to do a movement like this. It's laid out flat like that. It's going to curl back and then it's going to relay out flat as best as I can do that. Okay. See how it feels. Be really patient with the breath. And like I said in the comments, you can start to link these movements, these techniques together. The last three, this is the third one. Do them in succession with each other. So do the first two, right, which stretch the back side of the body, and then do this one, which stretches more through the front side of the body, and see how it goes. See you guys next time. Again, in a tabletop position, drag the left knee forward to the back of the left wrist and pivot that foot in front of the right hip, releasing down into pigeon pose. On the forearms, on the inhale, you're going to bend that back knee, bringing the heel towards the back of the head as you drag the head towards the heel. And on the exhale, you'll release forward. On the inhale, again, you bend the knee, you drag the head back towards the heel, opening up through the front side of the body. And then on the exhale, you slowly lower down. You'll do a few repetitions like that. And then on your last one, whichever you choose, you'll stay in the opening position, maintaining a steady breath.